which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please note that Ms. Cheryl Dodson, Mr. Mike McMillan, Mr. Morris Moody, Miss Elaine Jones, and myself are all present. Approval of agenda. The superintendent recommends approval of the meeting agenda.
I make that motion.
Second.
Discussion?
I would just like item 7A to be voted on separately instead of in a block.
Okay. So we're gonna move that from consent to,
And
Yeah.
There was a personnel that prior to voting on the block, we might want to go in executive session. I just have a question.
okay, so are you making a motion to amend the agenda?
Yes.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Second. And so we're gonna bring item A out, 7A out of consent agenda. And we're going to put it on regular agenda items. And then what was the other item, Ms. Dodson, that you wanted to pull out?
Well, included in that is there's a personnel issue that I just had a question about. It may be resolved, but I didn't want to ask it in an open meeting.
Okay,
So I just would, before we can do the bank and payroll, but before we vote on any of item 7, I would just like to enter executive session.
so you're also making a motion that we add an executive session to discuss personnel.
Yes.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Where do you want to put it? Where do you want to put it?
Just put it in the blanket. It doesn't make no.
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Approval of the minutes. The superintendent recommends the approval of the minutes from the January 9th and the June 9th and June 29th, 2026 board meetings.
Make a motion.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Financial reports and bank reconciliations. We all received the financials and bank reconciliations for June 2026 at our work session last week. Request to approve bills and payroll for June 2026. We got a motion from Mr. Moody. Second. Ms. Jones. Discussion. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? We're gonna go ahead and go into executive session to discuss personnel. I just need a motion and a second.
Motion. Second.
Discussion. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? We'll be in executive session for 20 minutes. you hear that, Jamie?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So they, this is.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Before we go back into session, I might make the motion that we, under
8G.
number 8, and item G, that we approve that
Move it to the regular.
Move it to the regular.
Okay,
Correct.
that's correct. So we have a motion to move 8G to a regular agenda item.
I'll second.
Okay, discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right. Consent agenda items, contracted services, bids, trips, etc. The superintendent recommends the approval of consent agenda items B through O as a block, because we pulled out A, remember?
I make the motion.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, now we're moving to 8, consent agenda items, personnel. The superintendent recommends the approval of a consent agenda personnel items A through H as a block, and we've taken out G. I got a motion from Mr. Moody.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Regular agenda items. The superintendent recommends the approval of the following regular agenda items. Request to approve the resignation of Candace Carter, 12-month custodian, West Blockton Elementary School, effective July 13th, 2026.
I make that motion.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Request to approve the reassignment of Farah Daniel from 11-month Student Information Systems Manager to 12-month Student Information Systems Manager, effective July 1st, 2026.
Make the motion. Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Request to approve the employment of Heidi Schoenfield as teacher, Brent Primary School, effective 2026-2027 school year.
I make that motion.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Request to approve the employment of Angela Bates as 12-month custodian, West Blockton Elementary School, effective July 20th, 2026.
Make the motion.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Request to approve Kimberly Johnson as school-based technology coordinator, Brent Primary School, effective 2026-2027 school year.
I make that motion.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Request to approve payment to the lowest responsible bidder for paving projects at Bibb County Board of Education Bus Shop, Randolph Elementary School, Bibb County High School, Brent Elementary, and West Flockton High School, subject to state approval, up to $625,000. Payment will be made from A&T funds.
Make a motion. Second.
Discussion?
Just to clarify, the difference from the original bid was the specs.
What do you mean?
When we were gonna bid it and award it before, I was trying to figure out, when we're saying right now that we don't know who this bid is, we're just, approving when you open these bids, who
It's
this
the-
low bidder is.
It's the responsible bidder that, as long as the state approves it, yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
It wasn't something where we opened a bid, the specs
Oh,
changed,
no,
and
ma'am.
then we rebid it.
No, ma'am,
Okay.
that's, yeah,
That
we,
was my
it's
question.
supposed to open today, but they had to go back and add some ADA compliance spaces.
Okay.
So they had to allow the bidders more time to,
It's an
submit a
extension
bid.
of the bid.
yes, ma'am,
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Any other questions? Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Request to approve payment to Madeline Drake to provide federal program support August 1st, 2026 through July 31st, 2027. Payment of $13 per hour, up to 20 hours per week will be made from Title I funds.
I make the motion.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye.
I abstain.
Okay. Request to approve payment to Mary Smith to provide additional bus aid assistance for district students with special needs for the 2026-2027 school year. Payment of $20 per hour, up to 20 hours per week, will be made from district special education funds.
Make the motion.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Request to approve payment to the following for football field maintenance and other summer duties, June 2026 through July 2026. Bibb County High School. Payment will be made from BCHS football booster funds. Matt Hyatt $500, Brett Gilbert $500, Joe Clements $1,000, Jalen Gaines $1,000, Kevin May $1,000, Blake Cook $1,200, Matt Huey $4,920, TJ Morton $4,920.
I'll make the motion. Second.
Discussion? All,
Abstain.
okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Now, let's go back to these items.
I have a question. Didn't we have 3 federal support at the work session?
The others were in the consent. We had to pull item G because that's, Mr. Mike had to abstain
Yeah.
from it.
Okay, okay.
That's, yeah, there are 2 in the consent though.
Okay,
Yes,
that's where
ma'am.
that confuses me.
Now, we're gonna go back to where we amended the agenda. The superintendent recommends the request to approve the 2026-2027 salary schedule effective July 1st, 2026, as revised, received on June 9th, 2026. District will cover the 2% increase from HB 239 and the additional steps from July 1st, 2026 to September 30th, 2027. And just as a reminder, we received option A, salary schedule, and option B, salary schedule. And I believe that we all agreed at the work session that option B, the 35-year step with the new principal salary schedule, is what we're voting on here tonight. Yes, sir.
Make the motion with it, go to Plan B.
Second.
Discussion.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I greatly appreciate the lengthy review that we took in work session, last week, but yeah, I just can't in good conscience vote. What I'm frustrated about is, and that's something that I feel like we can mend going forward, but we got two individuals in tonight's audience that had they been offered the salary we're approving, they'd be in different positions. So I just wanted to say that and we've got a 22% raise for one individual, and the concern with retirees, and we've got individuals that have accepted jobs and now we're getting raises immediately. And so I feel like some people may have declined jobs or retired. So I was just wanting to say that that next year when we receive our options, especially since we may be considering the pay schedule reducing from 35 years experience, that we'd like put this on the calendar in May so that when we are hiring these positions, they know what salary they're receiving.
Okay.
So I will speak on that a little bit, because we never had a principal salary schedule. I mean, we're voting on that tonight.
Oh, I agree.
So
that
that's
this is
always been
remedying one thing.
negotiable. Right, it's always been negotiable. So, I mean, we can't really say that they didn't know what their pay would be, because that was negotiable at the time that they would have interviewed, right?
I would agree, except that I can't believe that this wasn't on the table within within the time frame that it was presented to us and the time frame of their interview, and it had to be on the table as a thought process enough to say that this
Right.
is what we are. It will not be voted on. It will not be effective till July 1st, but I do believe there are people that might have accepted positions had this been in place.
Well, everybody that interviewed was given the same options. There was nobody was given anything different. So if these individuals that you're speaking of, well, the same individuals that accepted on the basis that these turned it down. So, I mean, that was their choice. So,
Well, I still think it'd be best practice next year to look at this in advance of hiring.
But for the meetings purposes.
For best, yeah.
So
I agree.
salaries-
Option B was the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, but principal salaries are negotiable. We're
Yes.
just setting a salary schedule to have some kind of basis to go off of.
Yes.
Correct.
The
Okay.
law says principal salaries
Are negotiable.
are negotiable.
And
Yes.
let's be clear, that option B was 40-something pages and had 12 items on it. It lump summed multiple positions. It's not just the 2%, which no one is not going to approve that. And the payroll calendar, there were several items that were going to be automatically approved. But what was included in that, and again, like I said, a 22% increase for one employee. We got multiple employees. That employee didn't change positions, and contract or not. And the principals have contracts.
But
So-
that what you're speaking about, that's also negotiable. That, and that's a contract,
Well,
a
that's
3-year
why I'm
contract,
asking
and
for
it's
this to
negotiable.
be separate so I can vote against it.
well, board members
Okay.
voted for a 30% increase. You voted for a 30% increase on yourself. So, I mean, if talking about 22%, you voted for a 30% increase on yourself. So,
The state put that in place.
well,
Across the board.
I'm just telling you. So,
Okay. Are we ready to vote?
What was that 30% increase on, was it $300 versus
Yeah.
$22,000? There's quite a bit of difference on 30% at the low
Yeah.
ball. That's just like with our custodians and things like that, for people that would be impacted by reducing 35 years to 25 years. And that's why I am in favor of option B, but I just feel like going forward, if we're gonna make this many factors in a payroll schedule for 2027, that we do it much earlier. I don't think anybody would argue that.
But Kip, also, the superintendent, the CSFO, and the principal's salaries are negotiable by law, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Now we're moving to the other agenda item that was pulled out. That was 8G under personnel. The superintendent requests to approve the transfer of Jacob Fondren from science teacher, West Blockton Middle School, to science teacher, Bibb County High School, effective 2026-2027 school year.
I make that motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Discussion. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
No.
Okay.
Was that,
It-
every board member vote on that?
I voted
Yes.
no.
Every,
You
yes, sir.
voted no, I voted no, too, and you voted,
Mr. Mike?
The three,
well, you voted yes, then, okay.
yes, sir.
Just wanna be clear.
Information items, the superintendent, based on the recommendation of the local school principal, has made the following reassignments for the 2026-2027 school year. Centerville Middle School, Veronica James, from 5th grade teacher to 6th grade social studies. Kristen Knight, from 6th grade social studies to 5th grade teacher. Bibb County High School, Kara Watkins, from science teacher to math teacher. The next meeting will be a called board meeting Tuesday, July 28, 2026 at 1 p.m. Board work session will be Tuesday, August 11th, 2026 at 4 p.m. The board meeting will be held, the regular board meeting will be held Tuesday, August 11th, 2026 at 5 p.m. And we will now have superintendent remarks. No remarks?
No.
Okay. I need a motion and a second to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're